Alright, we are going for a space setting, and you can see our thruster and the stars. They're consisting only of particle system in Godot. And to show it off now, I'm going to show you what I used and which steps I took to make these effects. Keep in mind that I pre-recorded the video, so I'm not commentating myself after I recorded the video. And the first thing I'm going to do here is change the environment in the settings to make the default clear color blue, so we have a space feel to it. For the graphics, I just used a ship image I created myself in Inkscape. You can find it in the video description. For our player, I'm using an Area 2D and a Sprite 2D node. For the particles, we will stick to CPU particles. They work on most hardware and are also good for older devices or mobile development. You can also use GPU particles if you want more custom particle shaders or a more flexible system. They are both great to use. So after I gave my ship a green color, I added a new script, and this script will just make sure that our player just moves to our mouse position. It's nothing spectacular, and you can I just copy pasted it from my notes. And as always, you will have free access to my code. Now you can see I'm playing already around with the settings. I'm starting with the scale of the particles. In general, for particle systems in Godot, I tend to just tweak around until you find something that feels right. It's not like there's not one single attribute that's going to make the difference. You have to combine them all together to get a really good result. And as you can see, I'm using the scale curve right now to get a nice little trail feeling, and I also up the amount of the particles. And so we can already resemble one kind of a trail of the spaceship. I'm just here right now, I positioned it. And after that, I am checking for the gravity and the velocity. The particle already starts with gravity. I tend to remove the gravity and just apply velocity myself, for example. And you can play around with minimum and maximal values, and it will take a random amount between them too. The base form of the thruster will depend on the lifetime and the scale and the speed of the particle system. Once I got them right, I only then started to manipulate the color for the particles, and I choose a gradient style starting from blue to reddish. And I also chose to end on the white color, but you can barely notice it because the particles are also getting really small to simulate the vanishing fire effect. And after I applied the gradient, I noticed I don't like how the later particles are on top of the blue color always. And for that, there's also a setting I'm just going to show you in a few seconds. You can change the draw order from index to lifetime to fix this, and it's a little bit above the color settings right there in the drawing. And now you can see it works just better for this example. Right now the particles are also moving with my mouse. You can fix that with local coordinates, and now you have them attached to the spaceship instead of free flying in the void. There's also a use case for the free flying, but for now, for our use case, the local coordinates are way better. And now I speed it a little bit up because I still tweaked around with the size, scale, lifetime and speed variables until I got something I liked. And after that, we now want to implement the background for our spaceship game. And an easy way for that is to just take white dots as your background. And that's another CPU particle system for us. So just add the node and position it well above our ship. And I just start again with the scale to make something that I can see. So when I can see something, I can start to tweak it. And the stars should persist way longer than the thrusters, so we are going to add a big long lifetime, and we also up the amount to like 500, and you can see the position is not quite right. So I'm added the camera node 2D so we can like move it to the center, and the next step would be to widen the emission. To widen the emission, you can just take another emission shape. I choose a rectangle emission shape with the size of 1000. And as before, we want to remove the gravity and apply our own speed and direction, so you can have a better control and also some randomness. And to make it a little bit more appealing, we can also randomize the scale, so we have bigger stars and smaller stars. And we are already finished. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions left to Particle System, feel free to comment, and please like and subscribe my video if you want more. I also wrote a book for beginners to get a game started in just 10 days. Check it out on Amazon. It's available as an ebook or as a physical copy.